Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kelly, I'm 27 years old and I'm a first time mum. To be. So I look a mess, I know, but hey, it's pregnancy. I've been really tired these past few days and I just thought I'd come on and do a video. I haven't really thought about what I'm going to say, but it's basically around my thoughts on pregnancy and birth and all that fun stuff. So yeah, maybe we'll just start with birth first and we'll go from there really. I just wanted to sort of let some of this out, not out because I've spoken about it, but just sort of sit down and actually voice it out loud and see how I feel. I wouldn't say like I'm terrified about birth. Obviously being the first time, I have no idea what to expect. I've seen programs where women give birth, but not every birth is the same. And things can happen that are out of your control. I started sort of doing a little bit of a birth plan. Know kind of what like meds and stuff I want to take, but I think it's just that not knowing, because we sort of live, I'd say about 30 minutes from the hospital in driving. And the fact I'm sort of the only driver in this household. So like my first thought is, which I feel like is really stupid, it's kind of like, oh, like how do we get to the hospital when it's sort of time? Like if it does happen naturally and I don't have to be induced for any reason or, you know, have it on a set date. Obviously there's thousands, millions of women that, you know, probably would be in the same or are in the same situation where they can't drive. Yeah, it's just one of those thoughts that I had, and like my dad was like, you can just call me like whenever, like in the night, if it's in the night, and he'll come and get us and take us and all that. And it's just sort of like, oh. And like, which is really, really lovely of him. I was like, well, if we had to call an ambulance, what if something bad happened, like not to me but like to somebody else that was way more, you know, important, and they needed to go to them instead. And also I feel very guilty having to like call an ambulance, and I just don't know if these thoughts are warranted or like, yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm just overthinking it, or maybe I'm just being too like worrisome. But these questions I'm going to ask my midwife, of course. I get to see her tomorrow, so I'll probably ask her then, just to have at least a bit of an idea, because it's the not knowing that I don't like. It's the not knowing when you're going to go into labour and stuff like that. It's not too far away now. But yeah, so that's kind of where my head's been on that. Then sort of like another thing is feeding the baby. Now, obviously you have bottle fed and breastfed. Each their own. I don't, you know, I know there are people out there that have very strong opinions that breast is best and all that malarkey. But at the end of the day, you do you, and what's best for your mental health and for your baby. As long as your baby is fed, that is what's best, to be honest. So yeah, so I sort of bought a set of obviously bottles, just because I would like to breastfeed. But I know how mentally draining that can be, and it's not that I want that to hold me back. Like, I'd like to try and at least say, you know, well, I gave it a go, wasn't for me or wasn't helping me mentally, because I want to be able to love and care for this baby and be in the right mindset as well. So it is sort of about you as a mom as well. So I sort of like, so we got like a bottle set, and I've got a pump with it as well, just in case. Like at the end of the day, if I use it, I use it. If I don't, I don't. I can no doubt give it to somebody who does want it or does want to use it, or to like a charity that gives that kind of thing. Obviously sterile and clean and opened. So yeah, like with feeding, I just don't know. I don't know. Like part of me, I do want to. I was sort of, you know, and I was like, yeah, I want to breastfeed. That's what I want to do. Then I'm like, it's obviously going to be very taxing on me. I know I can pump, but then I'm not sure at what point you can start pumping and like doing bottles as well. So like my partner can help out in the nights or day, whenever, just to give me a bit of a break. So I know there's a lot of like cluster feeding, and there's still a lot of like research and stuff I need to find out about this kind of thing. To be honest, because I haven't got a clue. I'm sure as any first time mum, you know, isn't sure either. And then I'm sort of like bottle feeding, like formula feeding. I was sort of looking online at like, obviously the instructions, because they put it on like the websites and stuff, to see what you have to do. And like, obviously it seems pretty simple, but I'm still like, oh god, it just doesn't make sense. Like in a way, I'm probably just like really tired and just overthinking things and just need to, yeah, just get on with it in a sense, but not in like that kind of way. But yeah, so that's kind of that as well. Obviously anything that I speak about, if you have any tips or thoughts, obviously, you know, try and keep them constructive, that would be great. Especially if you're a mum or whatever, it's, you know, you need to stick together, not tear each other apart. So yeah, I told you this would just be all random thoughts. Like I'm just blurting stuff out. I don't even know if this will make sense, but whatever, it is what it is. It's just something I just wanted to get out really, just to talk about. They're sort of the main topics in my head at the moment, of how, like, getting to the hospital and then how the hell am I going to feed my baby? Like, obviously my partner is happy to do whatever in that sense. Like, he's like, whatever you want to do is fine. Like, he's not, you know, pushing towards one or the other. It's all, you know, all about what I would prefer. But, you know, like I said, you don't really know until you do it. So we'll see. I'll do a bit more reading. I just feel like the more I read about stuff, the sort of the deeper I feel like I'm falling, which obviously I'm going to. This is all new. I've grown up around small children. I know people that have had babies, but obviously it's not the same because you don't really talk about anything like this. Obviously my mum had me. But yeah, like I say, I just wanted to just let some feelings out, as it were. I think that's about it really. I can't think, yeah, like I say, they were like the two main things that are on my mind. Yeah, I just feel like the more I read, like I was saying, about like breastfeeding and bottle feeding or blah 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 blah, pros, cons and whatever, like the more anxious it makes me feel, and just the more like overwhelmed I sort of become. And I'm just trying to take a break, you know, between sort of sessions of reading and stuff like that, because otherwise it just overwhelms me and I already feel like my head's going to explode. Like, I sort of feel like I've got, you know, we've got the pram all sorted, we've obviously got bottles just in case, and we've got like a baby swing and a little baby play mat so he can have like tummy time, and building up a collection of clothes, and he's got a little toy and various other stuff. And it's like, I feel like I can do that. Like, I have a list written down. I have this, I like to have a written list, even in 2021, have a written list of stuff for the baby and like crossing it off. And it's like, wow, I know we need a crib, but he's going to be with us for the first 6 months. Like, I would like him to anyway, as long as he fits in in his next to me crib and he's not a little chunk. So yeah, and like, I know I've got all this, and that's like stuff, I suppose what it is the stuff that I've got written down is stuff I can control, but the feeding, in a sense, and obviously going into labour if it happens naturally, and how to get there, which is mainly in the night time. If it's in the daytime, obviously we can get a taxi, but here there's no like 24-hour taxis, like companies, which I do find a bit bizarre. But we're in a tourist town, but obviously in these times there's not really any tourists. So I think it's just clicked that this stuff I've written down is all the stuff I can control. I know I can go to the shop to get it. I know I can go online to buy these things, which I have done with most of the stuff. But the feeding and getting to the hospital is sort of out of my control in a sense. Because it's the unknown. I don't know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen when I order something online, or I go into the shop and buy it, bring it home, I wash it, unpack it, build it, whatever. It's there, it's ready to go. But yeah, sorry, I feel like this is a bit of a rambly video, so I might just wrap it up there. If there are any other sort of topics you want me to go over that maybe you've been through yourself, or questions that you have that maybe I can give sort of my opinion. Obviously everything that I've said in this video is my opinion and my thoughts. In no way, you know, everyone is different at the end of the day. But I'm going to stop babbling on now, to be honest. So yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys a video. Obviously I'll still do the pregnancy updates. As you've probably noticed, I've been doing them in chunks of more like 2 to 3 weeks. Mainly because there's no point in boring you with a video when there's not really much to talk about. So I'd rather have like week X, Y and Z all together, and then it's just one big conversation then. But if there are any other videos as well that you'd like me to do, fun ones or serious ones, whatever, any questions in general that you have for me, I was thinking of doing like a Q&A with Nick, my partner, from the dad's point of view, just asking him a few questions. So if you would be interested in that, give a comment, like this video, whatever, I don't know, do what you want. It's up to you. I'm just doing this for fun. I would like to say, however, thank you to everyone who has newly subscribed. Really appreciate that. I know it's not something you have to do. I also try not to overwhelm people with too many videos, but then I feel like sometimes I'm doing too less. But we're on a long Easter weekend at the moment, and I've just been so tired that I just haven't had the energy recently to do much, if I'm honest. But it is what it is. I need to listen to myself, and listen to my body and my mind, and take it day by day. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone and listening to me ramble on. I don't know what the context or what has happened in this video, to be honest, but it's more for me. I just wanted to let some words out and go from there. So I hope you have a good week, and I will see you soon. Bye.